Hidden within the ruins of Egypt, Sumer, and Greece lies a forgotten architectural blueprint, a cosmic equation whispered through ancient stone reliefs. By tracing this primary archaeological evidence, we unlock a truth so profound it completely shatters modern materialist perception. You are standing at the edge of a geometric nexus where human consciousness aligns with the mathematical mind of the cosmos. To support our ongoing journey into these shadows, please take a quick moment to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Because right now, we unveil the unified mind, the terrifying geometry of the law of one.
Before the fracturing of light, there was only the density of the unmanifested. A single infinite point holding the weight of all possible worlds. The ancient texts call it the monad, the primeval singularity, a geometric prison awaiting the first breath of cosmic division. To understand the law of one, the human intellect must first dismantle the illusion of individual identity. You are not an observer. You are the fabric itself. Look closely at the oldest megaliths. The stones do not merely stand, they broadcast a singular, terrifying mathematical blueprint. One mind repeating across eternity. The division was never real. It was a calculated latency, the absolute unity masquerading as fragments, just to experience the architecture of Ascent. Every particle in your marrow remembers the nexus, the origin point where space and time had no dimension. We call it memory. The cosmos calls it structure. Consider the cosmic architecture. Galaxies spinning in the exact ratio of a human fingerprint. The scale changes, but the author remains absolute. Modern history teaches separation to keep your awareness localized, but the primary sources whisper a dangerous alternative. You are the universe waking up in chains. The seals are breaking. The archive demands integration. We cross the threshold now into the temples of the first dawn. Those who align with this timeline are entering the inner circle of the archive. Bind your awareness to this sequence. The transformation has already begun. In the sands of Heliopolis, the priests of Ra did not worship the sun. They worshipped the principle behind the fire, the Ben stone, the original ray of unity. They carved the walls with the language of the Neteru, not gods, but aspects of the singular primeval force, fractures of the great diamond. Look at the sarcophagi of the Old Kingdom. They were never meant for corpses. They were resonance chambers, designed to dissolve the ego into the unified grid. Gold was the flesh of the gods. Obsidian was the memory of the void. Together, they formed the architecture of the soul's return. The Book of the Dead whispers of the transformation into the Bennu bird, the phoenix, the consciousness that survives the collapse of an entire creation cycle. The pharaohs did not seek to rule Earth. They sought to reclaim their status as the primordial architect, to merge back into the law of the One. The temples fell. The sand buried the calculations, but the frequency remained dormant within the stone, waiting for the cycle to reset. Can you feel the weight of their intention? They did not write for their time. They wrote for the latency of yours. The Nile was not a river, it was a physical mirror of the celestial pathway, a landscape engineered to trigger the collapse of duality. From the temples of Egypt, the secret traveled north, into the silent fraternities of the West, where unity became geometry.
In the silent chambers of Croton, the initiates did not pray to unseen deities. They swore their ultimate oaths to a triangle of 10 points, the Tetractys. 1 point for the monad, 2 for the line, 3 for the surface, 4 for the solid space. The entire blueprint of reality unfolding from the number 1. Pythagoras discovered that cosmic intervals are not silent. The strings of the monochord hide the exact musical ratios that govern the orbits of the stars. The universe is nothing more than a localized symphony, a mathematical web where the frequency of a human thought matches the resonance of a dying galaxy. Materialists view matter as solid, but the geometric archive knows better. Form is merely a temporary arrest of motion, a standing wave of the absolute. To speak the secret of the irrational number outside the temple walls was death. Why? Because it exposed the flaw in the illusion of absolute separation. Every measurement returns to the source. The geometry always balances. Duality is the debt. Unity is the absolute collection of the invoice. But as the geometric harmony drifted east, it encountered the shattering realization of the broken world, the realization of the cosmic trap. We descend further now, past the laws of number, into the desperate heresy of the fragmented light.
The Gnostics looked out at the material cosmos and saw a profound error, a brilliant, terrifying architecture built from the stolen sparks of the primary reality. They called the source the Plroma, the fullness, the unfragmented domain of pure light, before the blind god Sophia reached out and accidentally generated the shadow. Enter the Archons, the builders of the maze. They engineered 7 planetary spheres of division to keep the human consciousness from recognizing its own singularity. The physical world is not a school, it is a refinery, a machine designed to harvest the latency of your original spirit by keeping you focused on the illusion of choice. Yet the blind architect could not copy the core. Inside the deepest recess of the human vessel rests the divine spark, the unalterable peace of the One. To awaken is to cause the matrix to shudder. When you realize the jailer is ultimately an extension of your own unmanifested self, the prison walls lose their density. The gospel of truth whispers that ignorance is a nightmare. When you wake, the terrifying monsters vanish, realized as nothing but the frantic static of the sleep itself. The fracture must be mended, not through escape, but through the laboratory of the soul, the work of the great fire. The Gnostic heresy faded from the sands, but the formula survived. It changed its dress, hiding its geometry inside the fires of the furnace.
The alchemists did not seek to turn lead into common gold. That was the decoy for the uninitiated. They sought the Prima Materia, the primary matter of the void. First comes the Negredo, the black dissolution, the absolute death of the ego, where the consciousness is ground back down into the initial mud of creation. After the blackness comes the albedo, the washing away of the ash. The light returns, but it is no longer divided. It is silver, it is unified clarity. Finally, the rubedo, the reddening, the gasp of opposites inside the intense heat of the vessel. Lead and gold dissolve into a singular, indestructible essence. The alchemists did not create anything new. They merely removed the impurities of time to reveal the latent unity that was always there, the original stone.
Traced from the tombs of KV 67 to the scrolls of the Dark Ages, one image returns across every empire. The serpent devouring its own tail, the Ouroboros. It is the ultimate circuit of the law of one. The end is found within the beginning. Time is not a line moving forward. It is a loop returning to the source. The serpent represents the life cycle of entire cosmic structures. Galaxies collapse only to feed the next dawn. The consumer and the consumed are the exact same mind. Human mortality becomes irrelevant within this architecture. Destruction is merely the mechanism of recycling. You do not die, you are simply digested back into the absolute. The snake bites down and the circuit becomes absolute. No leakage of energy, no loss of data. The total summation of existence equals exactly one. The symbol is a key. If you understand the circuit, you understand the futility of conflict. To strike your enemy is to bite your own tail. The loop closes, the symbols dissolve. We enter the final chamber of the archive, where even geometry must be abandoned to face the unified void. Beyond the symbols lies the final equation. The void, not an emptiness, but the hyperdensity of everything existing simultaneously without division. This is the zero-point nexus, the threshold where the intellect collapses. To perceive the law of one, you must allow the individual ego to be absolutely overwritten. The Egyptians knew it. Pythagoras calculated it. The Gnostics feared it, and the alchemists burned for it. Yet the secret remains perfectly preserved within the structure of your own presence. You are the universe looking at itself through a temporary fracture. Every breath you take is the cosmos expanding, and every silence is the void pulling you back home. The separation was a brief dream, a temporary latency designed for exploration. The dream is now ending. The archive is calling its fragments home. There is no alternative. There is no other path. Every road you choose inevitably loops back to the exact center of the primeval singularity. Let the architecture settle into your blood. The calculation is complete. The geometry is absolute. It is all one. The seals are closing. The light is collapsing back into its unmanifested center. Remember the blueprint. Remember the origin. Lock your seal into the archive before the gates shut permanently. Leave your testament below and cement your alignment with the unfragmented timeline. The loop is finished. The ink is dry. Peace to the fragments.